Welcome to Cartoonist by Night. I am Anthony Laatsch. I am joined here with Troy Dongarra, Matt Hansel, and D. Brad Gibson. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Tonight's episode was actually suggested by one of our cast members. We have no guest here tonight. The guest is us, the cast. We are your guests this evening. But I'm going to throw it over to Troy. What is our topic this evening? Stand by for topic.
He-Man.
He-Man.
And
He-Man.
Ah.
Well, Masters of the Universe. All of the above.
Yep, I think the proper title will be Masters of the Universe. But yes, all of the above. So Here we are. We are the cast. We are talking about Masters of the Universe. We're going to draw and discuss that topic. And what we do at every show, if this is your first episode, what we do on every show is kind of check in with everybody on their ideas on what they plan to draw this evening. D. Brad, you're kind of doodling away over there. What is your angle for tonight's episode?
I'm going to draw Masters of the Universe in baby form.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Master babies.
Like they found the fountain of youth and turned into...
Yeah.
I like it.
It was more based on a famous cartoonist who said that we draw heads too big. And so,
Right, yeah.
I'm saying that babies have to have heads too big.
Giant heads.
So
I like it.
I'm drawing giant headed things.
That should have been the topic, just giant heads.
Yeah.
Draw the Watcher. We draw anybody else that's got a giant head. Let's jump over to Matt Hansel. What's your topic for this evening?
Tonight, I'm going to do my characters, Marty and Spud, cosplaying as He-Man and Battle Cat.
Oh, genius. That should be a perfect matchup. I cannot wait to see it. I am going to hop over to my screen here. I have 3 different sketch cards sketched out to ink and possibly color, depending how far I get. I've got Orko.
Orko.
Love me some Orko. Now, I have Skeletor, but I have 2 different versions. A very rare thing where I actually sketch 2 versions on both sides, which may be a mistake because I might want to do both of them, but hey, maybe it'll be a double-sided sketch card. So I've got this version where I want to go more smaller skull Skeletor head, opposite of what D. Brad's going for, but I did that before that topic came up. And then the other one is more of a zoomed-in version, so I drew 2 of them, and then I kind of liked them both, so I might actually work on both of them. But another one I'm very excited for. I wanted to go very adorable with a character known as Moss Man. So here is a fuzzy Moss Man based off of his action figure style of his fuzziness. And so, yeah, I've got 3 different sketch cards lined up, 4 if you count the double-sided one. Jumping over to Troy, what is your subject?
I'm going to draw He-Man.
He-Man proper.
Yes, just regular old He-Man. I drew He-Man earlier in the week, and I will share it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick spotlight on that for everybody at home. Very nice.
With the mega perspective on the sword. But kind of when I was finished with it, I was really unhappy with this arm.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I guess it's sort of, I mean, when it's in cartoony version or whatever, you're not really looking for proportions to be right.
Right.
But it still feels wrong.
Okay.
So,
and Joe Kubert said if it feels wrong, then it is wrong.
And who am I to go against Grandpa Joe?
Although I don't think that looked wrong, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Well, I hope somebody thinks it looks right and buys it too. So.
It is for sale. Future Anthony, cut out that.
Future Anthony, take out the part about me thinking it looked wonky. You don't really have to. It's okay.
No, I wasn't going to. Okay, so here we go. Feel free to dive into your drawings if you have not yet already done so. I want to make this announcement up top. When we're talking Masters of the Universe, it is the month of June in 2026. We had very recently just got a live action Masters of the Universe movie in theaters, and not everybody here at this broadcast has seen it. But also, we know that people at home possibly going into that and kind of seeing that as a topic, being like, oh no, are they going to spoil the movie? There'll be no spoilers. We'll most likely talk about reactions and maybe some favorite moments and stuff like that. But we'll keep it light, and I don't think there's anything that's going to be ruined if you haven't seen it already. But I would say it's pretty safe to travel with us on this journey. So I just want to say that up top before anyone just says nope, turning off or pressing pause until I see that movie. But you can hang around.
Yeah, you hear that, Mom? You can watch this episode now.
Spoilers free.
Okay, so we're going to dive into our drawings. Normally, this is the part where I go to our guest and ask them why did they pick our topic of Masters of the Universe. But just since Troy is the one who suggested it as an episode, I will start with you, Troy. Why Masters of the Universe? Why?
Well, I really liked the movie. When I was a little boy, I really liked the cartoon. Um, so, sort of to clarify, I was very young when that cartoon was out. And so I would have been like before elementary school age or maybe kindergarten age. Um, but I really, really loved it. My mom has stories of me picking up sticks outside, raising them up and singing, I have the power, and then
Yeah.
breaking them over my older brother's back and
Oh no.
getting in trouble for it. So, as I apparently would deserve. But I remember really, really loving it, but I don't remember watching it that much.
Okay.
Or the toys? Did you have the toys?
I had one of them. I had Power Punch He-Man, who had caps in his back.
Caps.
I think it was like the kind of caps where it was like a string of caps.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly. Um, but I do know that he had caps in his back, and you'd twist them, and he'd snap back, and it would pop the cap, and it would sound like maybe it was called Thunder Punch He-Man or something.
Yeah.
Power Punch. I don't recall, but I had one. But now, as an adult, and I'm not a toy guy, I have bought this He-Man from the CGI series they had a few years back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then recently I got this giant Funko Pop He-Man,
That's a
which
big
is yeah, he's hefty. So
That's 10 inches of He-Man right there, right?
he's a Funko Jumbo. It's a big one. And then when my son and I went to go see the movie, we got the souvenir cups.
Ah, yes.
These were the toppers of the souvenir cups. So I imagine these will make their way to the garbage can eventually.
Oh,
But for now, I have little plastic He-Man and Skeletor eating popcorn and drinking soda pop together.
It's always interesting to see, with the the recent year or two of the hype of the popcorn buckets, and basically ultimately it's theaters creating merchandise to draw people in to get them into the theaters, kind of giving them options to get collectibles, drawing some extra money and excitement. And now it's almost become a challenge for every time there's a new movie. They're like, well, we have to redesign the popcorn bucket. And as the months go on, they get further and further away from like, wait, is that just a giant $80 collectible that you just open up a little hatch, you can put a couple popcorn kernels in there, and just mainly just created to get people of our age to drop nostalgia bucks on things. But it's interesting to see the cup toppers because I haven't seen those. So seeing them in different parts of where we record, it's fun to kind of see what theater chains get what. So go ahead.
Yeah, they had one there. It was, I guess it's hard to tell screen, volume by screen, but it was like the size of a like half of a school desk, like an elementary school desk. It was
Okay.
that size, and it was like a throne, and
Yes.
had Skeletor sitting at the top of the throne, and then He-Man like marching up the throne.
Yep. Yep.
And I was looking, and it was marketed as a popcorn bucket, and I'd be looking at it like, the hell are you going to fit popcorn in that thing?
Yeah.
But you're right, it probably opens up and fits two or three kernels of popcorn, but the
Yeah.
main purpose is to look cool on the bookshelf.
I saw that very one at my place, and there's almost a joke playing off of that because I thought another theater chain around me showed off the quote unquote popcorn bucket for the Lobo upcoming Supergirl movie, Lobo's popcorn bucket, which is essentially him on his like space motorcycle, and you just like take him off, and then there's literally just a very tiny compartment. So there's a funny little ad of two people in the theater saying, "Hey, can I have some popcorn?" And you see them struggle to take just that portion off, and then you just see them just put their couple fingers in there and realizing, yeah, this exactly what you just said right there. They kind of played into that, being like, "Yeah, we know."
So this one, it actually came the two cups. It came with a popcorn bucket, but it was like a tin.
Oh, sure, yeah,
And instead of putting popcorn in the tin, they just they took the cups out of the tin, they filled the cups up with the soda pop, and then they just gave us a separate extra
yeah,
large popcorn.
yeah,
Because I mean, putting it inside of a tin and it
yeah.
wouldn't be very much popcorn. So they did right by us by doing it. I am going to go get a drink. I will be right back.
Very well. He liked
Well,
those toppers so much, he's going to run to the theater and get himself another Skeletor drink. While we wait for,
He-Man, you'll never get my soda pop.
I saw his mute return to him undo the audio button. I'm like, oh boy, I think he's still with us.
I literally ran back from across the room to do that.
I think it was well worth it. Instead of starting the stories, I am going to wait till Troy comes back until we dive into the next person, kind of talking about He-Man. Um, but yeah, the drawing here started with Orko, and I've been showing up to the show with inked sketches. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying inked. Um,
ink,
but
ink.
yeah, I was a little pressed for time over the last couple of days, so I just did some quick sketches. I'm like, all right, I'll go back to inking on the show as well, and I like how it turned out so far.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I make those, permanent decisions on air while I'm talking and monitoring the stuff, it doesn't usually turn out the way I'd like. But this one looks good. Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right. This is fun. I like this.
I'm curious to anybody here, how often has anybody drawn any Masters of the Universe characters? We already saw Troy show off He-Man, and he likes to draw any kind of giant swords in general, so that seems right up his alley. But any of you guys have you drawn these characters before?
Never.
Never.
This is maybe the second time I've drawn them. And it was the first time was just such a rough outline sketch. It was just a stick figure kind of representation. So this is pretty much the first time.
Okay. Yeah, I've drawn Skeletor once, which was for a friend who loves Masters of the Universe and Skeletor, and it was one of those like, "Hey, can you draw me Skeletor?" And I'm like, "I'll give it a shot," and I'll talk about my relationship with the characters once Troy gets back. But yeah, I was very happy with it, and future Anthony will drop that image in right now so we can all ooh and ah over past Anthony's Skeletor drawing.
Well,
Ooh, wow.
well.
So yeah, I think literally just one Skeletor, and I think that's the most I've ever drawn.
I think I'm gonna go with because they have such fat fingers. I'm gonna go with the old classic cartoon has one less finger.
Uh,
There we go.
That's a good question for everybody here. Is that when you're drawing characters, do you ever think about that much? Where like what makes that decision? Much like what D. Brad said, where you're like, you know what, rather than 5 fingers, I'm going four. Maybe I'll go three if it's a Ninja Turtle. But anybody have any personal rules for how many fingers they decide to give somebody?
Well, if it's a cartoon, pretty cartoony, I don't give the right amount of fingers. I give this uh, there,
Okay.
missing one. Yeah.
I, I've had to look back at my own comic books to see how many fingers I've given Rice Christopher and throughout the issues, and I always even now when I bring it up, I always forget. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do whatever I want to in the moment. So if people like rereading those issues, they can look to see if I ever stayed true to his continuity of his fingers. Matt Hansel, do you have any rules about drawing fingers?
It depends if it's a Bigfoot character or a Littlefoot character. So if it's a Bigfoot character, it's usually 3 fingers. So that's what I stick with. There's exceptions to that, but that's generally a hard and fast rule. And then if it's a Littlefoot character, then I'll do 4 fingers and a thumb like a normal person.
So for the folks at home, Bigfoot versus Littlefoot is what?
Oh, Bigfoot is, characters like Underdog or SpongeBob or, real cartoony characters. Littlefoot would be more realistic characters like He-Man or Batman or, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I follow the same rule.
And now that Troy has returned, do you have any? What you missed was a very riveting talk about fingers and how many fingers one gives their characters. So, do you have any rules about drawing fingers?
When I first opened the door, I heard you talking about how many fingers you've given to Rice Christopher. Christopher.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of funny. It's like I've only given kids Slapshot the finger 2 or 3 times.
I think Rice Christofinger is a new character.
Yes.
But yes, any personal?
I tend to just go with 5 fingers, but I don't have a reason.
Okay, fair enough. That was my go-to subject to wait until we jump over to Matt Hansel and ask about uh, his relationship with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Well, I used to watch it on Channel 32 in here in Chicago right after school. It was on at like 3:30 or 4 o'clock right when we got out of school. So I would watch that, and then later She-Ra was on right after that. Before I would watch my favorite, which was G.I. Joe or Transformers.
Uh,
But I would catch He-Man quite often. So I was very familiar with the cartoon show. Plus, they would rerun it early in the morning when I had to get up to go to school, and I was sitting there eating breakfast, getting ready. Um, and then later on, and so that's my extent of my knowledge of it is the cartoon show, and then She-Ra and the rest of it. But then a couple years ago, Netflix relaunched it with Kevin Smith writing and directing, or just writing, I forget, the episodes. And so I watched that, enjoyed it very much. But there's been a couple other He-Man cartoon shows, from what I understand, but I haven't watched any of them. And I haven't read any of the comic books.
okay. Yeah, I always like that when someone gets specific about like what channel they watch something on. So I always
Mhm.
get excited just for that memory, and I I would also have that kind of memory, but I just cannot think of what those channel like. I think like Nickelodeon maybe like channel 45 or TNT was 37 or 35 for TBS or something, but I I think I don't remember the numbers as much as I wish I did, but I always get excited when somebody drops the channel number. Yeah, that the Kevin Smith one too. Well, I guess I'll just say that my overall He-Man thing is that love the toys, had a decent amount of the toys, cartoon, the original cartoon and such, but it is one fandom that I don't think ever really stuck with me or I carried into adulthood, much like if it was like Ninja Turtles or Star Wars and other things that I loved as a kid. He-Man was something that was just like, oh yeah, that definitely was just a kid thing. And but then, as Hansel mentioned with the Kevin Smith uh, version on Netflix, that one got my attention not only because it was Kevin Smith and I check out all of his stuff, and that was definitely a different kind of project that he is not used to doing. And then Sarah Michelle Gellar was Tila in there, and
Oh, that's right, wasn't she? I forgot about
yeah,
that.
so
Yeah, for the first show, and then the second show was someone else, wasn't it?
yeah, and I'm trying to remember who that.
Supergirl,
Yeah,
Melissa.
Melissa Benoist, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
was it really?
yep. And that was one of the things where I was just like, and I love Supergirl, Melissa Benoist, and everything. So it was a crazy experience of like, oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar's not returning, for season two, and then I was like, oh, Melissa Benoist is taking over. So it was still in my wheelhouse of favorites. But yeah. So as far as any kind of He-Man in adulthood would be through that version of the show, and any of the comics that would have some crossovers. I'm sure they probably crossed over with Ninja Turtles or something. Like I know I have. I'll fact check it in a bit here, but I don't think there was any He-Man specific comics that I was reading other than the upcoming, I think, Skeletor focused book that Gavin Smith is working on.
Oh
Uh,
yes, I'm going to read that. And I take that back. Sergio Aragones did a Master of the Universe special with Tim Seeley.
oh,
He
really?
did a short story, and I read that. So
Okay,
I that's not a total accuracy to say I've never read the comic book, but
nice.
Yeah, Tim, and also Lan Pitts, who's one of Tim's friends, but he also worked with Lucky at on that Lucky project.
Yeah.
Both of them are highly involved in uh, Masters of the Universe stuff.
I am going to my CLZ app, which is my organization for comic books that I own. And oh, it looks like I did buy a couple of Masters of the Universe proper because it's Masters of the Universe Revelation, the comic book, because that is the one that is the official prequel to the Kevin Smith Netflix show.
okay.
So that's why it just, and I think Kevin has a writer credit on there with artist Mindy Lee. Um, so yeah, I have that, but I swear I probably maybe it's under He-Man or something. So yeah, I do have some He-Man comics, but very little. They just need to do a Art and Archie crossover, and then I'll be all over it. So, which is shocking that I don't think it's ever happened, but seems like it should have by this point.
Yeah.
It's probably in the works.
Yes. Now that I've said it out there, the ears over at Archie Comics have been listening, and they're like, "Yes, why don't we do that?" All right, I was focusing on some drawings throughout that last little bit of discussion before we jump over to D. Brad on his Masters of the Universe connections. But I'll do a quick little focus here. I have some inked drawings of my Orko character here. There's Orko. There's Skeletor, side A. I didn't do side B. That's my reminder to go back into that. And then I wanted to go once again, very fuzzy, very cutesy Moss Man. Um, so even with his fangs and stuff, I wanted to just make him real cute and give him a little chubby nose and little eyes and just be fuzzy all around. So that one I'll be very careful when coloring because I want to try to make him mossy. All right. Let's see. We saw D. Brad's there as he's going in with his Masters Universe babies.
Nice.
That hairdo is brilliant.
Mhm.
Right now, that's
Uh,
reminding me of is that character that is it from Incredibles? That like the really
Oh
short
yeah.
character, like her
Yep.
hairdo. Isn't there a character that's got like the kind of hairdo?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's her name? I forget, but
Yeah,
th-
I know what you mean, yeah.
that was just my first, just from seeing that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that hairdo.
Mhm.
Jumping over to Troy and seeing, here we go. There he is. Cool.
He-Man.
And the
He-Man.
masters of the universe.
Very cool. Going a little more, leaning more realistic opposed to the extra cartoony. Obviously, they're still cartoony, but this one feels more detailed, unless my memory is not
Yeah,
serving me right.
just probably same amount of detail, just a
Okay.
little less.
Little mess, yeah, a little mess, a little less like
Like me.
little
A little
mess.
less like something I draw.
Jumping over to Hansel as he's working on Marty there, sketching him out. Excellent. All right, we are going to jump over to D. Brad. What's your connection with Masters of the Universe?
Well, I I have a few memories. I when the show came on, it came on. I think the toys came out first, and then the show. Uh, and so um, I think even bef before the show, was there some comics that came out?
There
Or
was a DC comic that was out for a while, yeah.
um, I know the original toys. They say they had mini comics, but they're
Yes,
more like
Yeah.
storybooks by
And
Alfred
you have
Alcala.
just unlocked a memory for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
You did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they came with little mini books, and then I think eventually they became more like comics, but they're done by comic artists, but it didn't have.
that's where Bruce Timm got his start.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but the
yeah,
very first ones from the f first series was drawn by Alfred Alcala, and
Yes,
he has a pretty distinct scratchy kind of style that I like, kind of like Gene
yes.
Colan. Um, and then um, the some of the books I collected in 1982 um, had. I didn't have the DC Comics Presents with He-Man and Superman, but there
Which
was
was done by Kurt Swan, I think.
yeah, Kurt Swan, yeah. But they had like little previews in a whole bunch of comics of Masters of the Universe. That's probably where I first heard of them. So
Yes.
it's either in my Teen Titans that I was collecting at the time, New Teen Titans. There was like a free preview in that one of the upcoming miniseries of Masters of the Universe, and Superman was in it. And then when the show came on, um, I wasn't a little kid, like I was like already in junior high or whatever. And so I did still watch cartoons though when I got home um, after. And if I put on He-Man, I kind of would watch it and laugh at it because it was kind of goofy.
yeah.
Um, and some of the things the characters said were actually pretty funny. And so I enjoyed it. I don't know if it was purpose humor or not, but it was pretty
It
fun.
was good campy fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Can't be fun. Um, and same Thundercats is on at the same time, and I'd watch that and kind of I like the animation of it, but sometimes the dialogue was pretty funny, where characters would say things they didn't really need to say, like characters underwater, and he goes, "Can't breathe, must break free," things like that. My friends and I who would like do parodies of those, and then um yeah, then the movie came out. I didn't go see it in the theater. Uh, I don't think it looked that good, but I did watch it on video after, and it was okay. Um, but I don't think it adapted much of the cartoon. I think it didn't have very many of the characters in it. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then when I really liked He-Man, I don't. There was another cartoon series after that where it's more science fictiony called The New Adventures of He-Man, and I think that was 1990s. but I never really watched that one at all. But I did watch the 2002 one where they brought it back with some really good animation.
It was on Cartoon Network, I think, wasn't it?
Could have been, but yeah, I got a lot of Cartoon Network shows on my Amazon Prime. I have like a Cartoon Network add-on, and so although it's on regular Prime though in Canada, that series, and so I've been rewatching it, and I like it. It's really good, good animation and story. And then I did watch the Kevin Smith one. That was pretty good. Um, and I watched a little bit of the one that Troy has a toy of, and that looked pretty good too. But
I enjoy I enjoyed that one.
yeah, but I haven't seen the new movie, but I heard that it's pretty good. It's fun. Like it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And
It's a great popcorn movie.
yeah, yeah. Kind of like the last Dungeons and Dragons movie. Is it kind of like that? Like it's kind of a lot of fun, even though you don't really follow the I didn't really follow Dungeons and Dragons much,
It's
but I
still
still
on
enjoy
my
it.
list. I still got to watch that.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
I heard
I have
good.
to watch that too.
Oh, and then in between, before the Kevin Smith one, when I got back into remembering He-Man, it was when somebody on YouTube made that "What's Up" video where he's doing the voice for He-Man. He used the old animation.
Oh, right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
What's
yes,
going
yes.
on?
Yep,
It's,
yep.
it's that one. I watched a lot of that. Oh, and
The,
She-Ra.
yes,
I watched the with my daughter. I watched the new version of She-Ra that was on Netflix too.
I did too, and I thought that was pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I'd watched the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special.
I don't know if I've seen that or heard about that.
Yeah, I have like
Either.
It's not disowned by its owners like George Lucas, did with the Star Wars thing.
a no. It's actually one of the few Christmas specials that actually mentions Bethlehem and birth of Jesus and all
Look,
that. They just mention it that what's Christmas, and then
Yep.
someone explains. So
That's right. So like in the cartoon, his mom is from Earth,
oh yeah,
so she would have had. Because
okay.
my first thought was they have Christmas in Eternia.
no, they didn't. They hadn't heard of Christmas, He-Man and She-Ra. They didn't know. They didn't know
Yeah,
what it was. Yeah, it was some kids from Earth that explained it. I think I could be wrong. It's been a while since I saw it.
Been a
And
while.
I
Oh,
have to go watch it.
there was an animated movie too. Did you guys when you're little, or were you not? Maybe some of you were too little to go see it.
I do not recall.
Yeah, I remember it in the theater, but it was the introduction because they transferred they're transferring He-Man over to She-Ra
Hmm.
because they made enough episodes of He-Man, like 65 episodes over each, I think 65 one year and 65 another year.
Hmm.
Or maybe there's 3 seasons of 65, I'm not sure. But then after that they decided to make a spin-off series with She-Ra. And so they
Hmm.
introduced her as the sister and they made a movie connecting the two. And then they didn't make any more He-Man after that, but he did make a few appearances on She-Ra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the movie being syndicated too. Like they played it over a whole week. They chopped it up into 5 pieces.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was definitely in the theater. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
it.
no, I remember it being in the theater too.
Yeah. But I did not see it. I might have popped my head in to see how good the animation was.
You had mentioned the current movies, so as I mentioned
Yeah.
earlier, we're not going to be talking any spoilers. If at the very least, light discussion about anything like that, more so reactions for anybody that has not had a chance to see it yet. Um, but yeah, I went into that movie being like, all right, big popcorn movie, as we've been mentioning. I don't have the love of He-Man. I basically had nothing to lose. Going into it, I had no expectations. The couple things that were on my side that got me excited for the movie were the actresses that are in it, with Morena Baccarin and uh, Camilla. Her last name just dropped from my memory, but she's from Riverdale. Um,
Right. Does it
and
start with an M? An M?
oh yeah, Mendez, Camilla Mendez, and now my memories. Oh, and Allison Brie. So
Oh,
seeing all three of them, when I realized that, I guess I don't think I knew that like all at once. Like it just happened. We're like, wait, she's in this too. She's also okay. She's in this too. So it just like was a hit after hit after hit of all these people that I adore through other projects. So then I got more and more excited and thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Had a blast with it. I think it had a lot of fun with the like it didn't take itself too seriously.
right.
So it was definitely a lot of fun, and I think there was enough in there that watching it, I was just like, oh, maybe I know He-Man more than I thought I did in that sense of just like, oh yeah, all of this is familiar territory in that sense, even if it hasn't been something I kept up with. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I usually like to rate a movie based on would I see a sequel in theaters, and I would see a follow-up to this. So that was my kind of quick little review of that. Troy also saw the movie because he got those delicious soda toppers there. What was your thoughts on the movie?
I thought it was very enjoyable. I still do not know if I enjoyed it as much as I did because it was a good movie or because of the nostalgia factor.
Yeah,
Um, Ultimately, it doesn't matter for me, but it matters like telling other people,
yeah.
how good it is. Um, but yeah, I do not have a clue whether it was just the nostalgia. I was also very pleased to see some of the actors and actresses in it. And
Yeah.
when I say actors and actresses, just like you, Anthony, I really mean the actresses in it.
Hmm.
I never heard of the guy that played He-Man.
Yeah, I think he's got some credits to his name, but I would say maybe relatively unknown to a certain degree as far as like a wider audience. That nothing against whatever else he's done, but there's definitely everybody else was you know whether it was Idris Elba or the women we mentioned, and
Now, Idris Elba is good. Um, he's more famous than I can think of movies to reason. I always think of a TV show with him, but I have not seen a tremendous amount of his movies.
Mhm. You saw The Wire, that one?
No,
Oh,
Luther. It's
oh,
the
Luther. Oh yeah, right. Luther, yeah.
like a detective-y thing.
I went ahead with my double-sided card, and this is what we got, and I'm having fun just doing that.
Nice.
Fun.
Whee!
Hey man, I'm trapped in that thing from Superman 2 or whatever, whichever one that is.
It's all of them. It's all of the Supermans.
One and two. Oh yeah.
And Matt Hansel also saw the movie. Your thoughts on the movie?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good popcorn movie. Um, I like I explained before my familiarity with the Masters of the universe. Uh, so I didn't have high expectations. I just wanted to be entertained for a couple hours and eat some popcorn, and it accomplished those goals. And I like you, Anthony, decide usually would I see more of this, and yeah, I would watch more of that.
What
Yeah.
if you love it, but you don't want to see more of it?
Then I think
Hmm.
you're satisfied just enough.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want it to get wrecked.
Because
So
like
that's why I say I would see more of this. I think it's got potential.
while I still, I love buying physical media and stuff like that, I I'm not sure if I would buy this one, but I think, if it's on a streamer, I would definitely rewatch it. But then if I saw it for like a $10 Blu-ray down the road, then I could see myself picking it up. But once again, I would still give money towards a sequel. So.
Oh yeah.
And I like what you said earlier, Masters of the universe.
That's what it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what it was originally proposed to be called?
Oh.
No.
No? Okay.
You don't either?
No.
All right, so next
No,
time.
I do. I do. I
Oh,
do.
oh, oh.
I just forgot.
I
Okay.
thought you were setting it up as like, oh, you guys don't know? Okay, then
Oh,
I
too
wish
bad.
I wish you did because I wanted to know.
Because I forgot what it was.
No. Well, that leads into a thing I mentioned before we got on air, is that I had to Google because I couldn't remember if it was Master of the Universe or Masters of the Universe.
Yeah,
And it
right.
was one of those like brain farts that it just hit me where I'm like, I have no idea which one it is, and I had to Google it to realize it's plural. Um, but it was weird that just like it sat there, and I'm just like, I cannot think. What?
I do remember now.
Okay, yes, perfect time to
Yeah.
buy there. What is it?
Um, Lords of Power.
Lords of Power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I could see how they would eventually then be like, all right, let's do Masters of the Universe instead.
Mhm.
It's part of our Irish dance troupe, Lords of Power.
How did we get this far into the show without doing their voice?
Guys, I'm going to probably disappear in a second. I've
Okay.
accidentally closed down my browser. I
Oh,
don't know how I can still hear you, but I'm going to restart it
okay.
and come back as soon as the glitch goes away.
All right.
Until we meet again, Tunes by Troy.
You should still be able to bring your browser back.
It's not even showing up. It's not giving me an option. It's an old computer.
Okay.
Well,
I sat next to the voice of Skeletor at a convention last year.
Oh, yeah.
Isaac Wells, the voice of Skeletor on Instagram, who does
Oh.
those remember and then
Oh,
runs
yeah.
away.
Oh.
Isaac writes and draws those every day.
Oh. I've
So
never
I,
seen
I I
those.
sat next to him and heard him do that voice all weekend. It was a 3-day show, and it was
Oh,
it
yeah.
was something. Oh yeah,
Get sick of it?
a little bit.
I can see you're annoyed. Good.
Mhm.
Well, because
Hamill?
Skeletor's a bad guy.
Mark Hamill did it recently. Was he not Skeletor recently? That would be
He
fun.
was Skeletor in the Kevin Smith show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. He has a really funny voice. Classic
Oh yeah.
villain voice.
I think the movie version was maybe a good blend of serious and like it definitely there were some goofy lines and things, some what I guess, it's either good or bad to say this, but like it had almost like Marvel humor to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like even though humor has existed before Marvel movies, but
Yeah.
it's though that kind of thing where in those kind of action movies where you can kind of feel the
Mhm.
beats of when it's so serious and then like the music cuts and then a joke happens, like
Yeah.
just that rhythm. So I felt it felt very Marvelized, even if it was still ultimately, oh, that's exactly what He-Man's kind of known for, anyways. But
Right.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. See, I'm a I'm an old timey person and not just Skeletor. See,
All right. Kind of orange I need now for the bracelets.
oh yes, characters. So I was going to mention, go around the horn here. Um, I picked two of my cards out of the three I guess I'd probably say Skeletor is a favorite too. So there's probably a reason I picked him as well. But I would say these are my three favorite characters out of the universe of Masters of the Universe. Orko, I love me some Orko and Moss Man because anytime there's a swamp creature and a bog man type of creature in any kind of sort of fiction, that's definitely what I lean towards. Um, and yeah, so anytime I see those characters, I'm immediately thinking like, all right, Masters of the Universe. I personally had no inkling or excitement to draw He-Man. I could probably see giving him a big chin treatment like I do on some when I do have to draw like more humanoid looking characters. Um, but looking at Moss Man, Orko, and Skeletor, I knew that they would be fun to draw because I'm not trying to draw a physical specimen, if you will.
If I wasn't doing Marty and Spud, I would have done those characters as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
For that exact reason.
yeah. Yeah, you found a good angle, especially with Battle Cat and Spud.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder here for me to do another spotlight on Hansel here as you progress along here.
Ooh.
That was going to be assuming that Spud was going to be extra sized. That's
Yeah,
he was going to be larger sized. Extra
larger
size,
size Spud.
extra
Exercise Spud.
extra size Spud sounded like I said exercised, like you
No,
an extra.
that'll be when we do spooks and horrors and things like that. When
Yeah, we got a couple months till Halloween yet, but
yeah,
we'll get there.
I hope so.
Yeah. How's the He-Man baby coming over there for you, D. Brad?
Oh, he's
With the giant head.
just the way I wanted him.
uh, he's got that. He's got that kind of Fred Flintstone lip going.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Little Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose maybe not just Fred Flintstone, but yeah. But that's
Mhm.
beyond that lady from Incredibles. Then once I saw that lip, then I thought of Fred.
Mhm.
Brad.
Fred. Have you been watching your Flintstones episodes on Blu-ray?
I wish because it keeps getting interrupted by the next thing that I got to binge, and so uh, things of like finishing certain series, whether they're new or rewatches, to get excited for
Mhm.
this or that. So it's one of those that I just have to wait for a moment to be like, okay, now I can dedicate it because I watched a handful of them, but then I had to jump over to something else to finish up like Daredevil or something like that. So
Yeah.
What are you currently working on?
I am on wanting to finish up Schitt's Creek after a long while.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that twice through.
oh,
I
nice.
have too. I've seen it a couple times. Yeah.
It was always on
And
my long list, and then I was tackling it, and then had to put it down for a little bit, and then once I went back to it, it jumped off of that streamer that I was watching it on, and then when I jumped to something else, I lost my progress, which didn't get me to jump in to see like where the heck did I leave off, and then finally, so one of my friends absolutely loves the show, um, and you know what? I shared it recently, so I could probably bring it up in real time where I drew them for a friend. But she's really wanted me to finish watching the show. A different friend did, and her birthday's coming up, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to surprise her and tell her that I finally finished the show. So,
That's so she can talk about it.
yep, and hopefully it doesn't quiz me because I've watched it and not in good time. Watched a handful of them 2 years ago, and then
Yeah.
finished up the last season and a half currently. So that's the one I'm trying to wrap up now since I was so close to the finish.
Yeah. I've been my show that I'm watching regularly um to get through. I've seen it before. Community. I've been watching that again.
Oh yes,
oh yeah, I've been watching King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. Oh yeah. And did you watch the new seasons too?
Yeah, the new season's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a couple of the new season. Oh, but the show I really liked that came out, and it's on Apple TV. If you get if you ever get that for like a month or something, make sure you watch Widow's Bay.
Oh yeah, I think
That's what I keep hearing.
yeah.
It just it's just it's unexpectedly funny.
Yeah.
Like it makes you
It's
laugh.
part Twin Peaks, part like
Yeah,
Stephen King, I've heard.
yeah. The writer worked on comedy shows like Parks and Rec. That's the creator of the show.
Okay.
So the humor is is based on like it's character humor. Like once you get to know the character, it gets funnier, right? 'Cause
Yeah, right.
how facial expressions, how they react, and it's like it's not like there's certain kind of comedies that like, hey, this feels like a comedy the way the people are acting, the way they're talking, and there's like a certain style of acting that sometimes you see in comedies that isn't realistic. It's kind of like over the top a bit.
Yeah.
And so in Widow's Bay, they act like it's a drama, but it's funny.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of like how the original Airplane, everybody in that, like they
Yes.
didn't get comedians, they got
They get straight actors to
Sure.
yeah,
play.
and they played it
Right.
all straight, which made it,
Yes.
although there's a lot of ridiculous stuff in it, but it's
But
funnier because they played it straight.
because they played it straight. Right. Yeah.
But what ended up happening though with Leslie Nielsen, he started getting put into comedies more often than all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. Right.
He started being goofier and not played straight anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Right. Right.
Welcome back, Troy.
I'm back. My dogs are going nuts, so I'm gonna
Is there
be here
trouble?
for a while.
Feet are barking? Oh wait, actual dogs.
Actual dogs, yeah. I don't know what's going on.
While you were away, we were talking about what shows we're currently binging. And while, Troy, if you want to think of an answer, I'm going to show off because I talked about Schitt's Creek that I'm trying to finish. And I drew
This is a children's show. Shut your mouth.
Schitt. Schitt's Creek. Here are some sketch cards that I drew for a friend. So here's some shit.
Oh, and yeah, that looks like him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was kind of nervous going into them because it was sort of a commission for a mutual friend, and it was a Christmas gift thing. And I'm like, I'll try because they're all human, so I'm going to have to try to make them cartoony. And going with Moira, rest in peace to Catherine O'Hara. You could probably notice that she has a very Archie comic style face.
Oh yeah, but it works for her.
Yeah, that was the one that was the trickiest, and I
Mhm.
knew with Eugene Levy, with Johnny, that I was definitely going to emphasize the eyebrows, obviously, and immediately I knew the expressions for Alexis and
Mhm.
and for you, David. I just knew that their expressions, not only their mouth expressions, but I knew his hands were going to be down and her hands were going to be up, just based on how their actions are. So yeah, those were my. Very happy to revisit those when I was revisiting the television show. Troy, is there any kind of show that you're kind of binging at the moment or rewatching or just kind of living in the moment of?
I am watching The Chosen.
Oh, I heard that's really good.
I
Oh
wouldn't say
yeah,
I'm
I have too.
binging it.
I don't know the show.
We've got a lot of folks in this house and one TV in the living room, so they all really like watching a bunch of TV, and I'm happy to read or draw or
Yeah.
do other things. So I tend to be the last one to get in, to get my name on the sign up sheet, so to speak.
I'm not familiar with The Chosen. What is that?
It's a biblical drama.
Oh,
I heard it's really good.
So far, it is.
It tells the story of the apostles and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah.
I've another one. You just talked about Schitt's Creek. Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, like they've known each other for a really long time.
Yeah.
They're on SCTV and in Canada on Prime. They put all the seasons of SCTV on it, so I've been
Oh,
watching them from the beginning.
awesome.
And and some of the like that's a show where they play everything straight, even though they have like I remember like sometimes I remember watching it and not realizing that stuff was supposed to be funny. I thought it was just supposed to be strange, but now I'm starting to get the humor. But I think with that show, they make they're parroting television and especially TV that was on in the 70s. So I think some of it might get lost on newer generations. I don't know how
Oh,
it would.
because they're making fun of like soap or something like that, or
Yeah, they have soap operas, but they also like t TV was full of old movies too, right? And so they make
right? Yeah,
they'll do like a full parody of old movies. But there's some characters like in the later seasons when the show got picked up by NBC and started airing in the States. There's some of that isn't specifically parodies of TV shows that you have to know. They came up with more with characters that can be funny in any era, like Bob and Doug McKenzie and Ed Grimley from Martin Short.
Sure.
right, sure, right, yeah.
Just more evergreen type of characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harold Ramis from Ghostbusters is in the early seasons.
Oh, nice.
He was the head writer of the show at first.
Especially after her passing, I've wanted to look, and I don't forget if I was successful to find if there was a U.S. streamer
Mhm.
that was playing those or not.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I think it's just in Canada.
Because yeah, I beyond seeing stuff on YouTube or something, I probably don't
Yeah.
have too
They used
much.
to have the entire syndicated version of it on YouTube, but I think since it got picked up by Prime,
Okay.
usually stuff like that disappears.
Mhm.
Cease and desist. All right, He-Man's coming together. What color should his eyes be? Baby blues?
Oh, probably right.
Yeah.
Just for the baby of it all. Look at
Oh,
that little
I love
rattle.
this. I love the Skeletor rattle.
I've got the power. Why did that sound like one of the Simpsons characters? Or the Wiggums, the little Ralph, right?
Ralph Williams,
Hey,
right?
I've got the power.
My mommy says I have all the power.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
I had all the power, and the power was in the closet, and the closet was looking at me.
Ralph Wiggums.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeletor blue? Does he have blue in him? Oh, that's too dark. Oh, well.
Not only is Troy coughing, but his screen is stalling, so I don't know what. Now I am concerned. Off air. Oh, his screen is back. I think. Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, we have voice. While we still have Troy, we were starting to slowly get into favorite characters. I mentioned mine were simply the ones that I chose, that I wasn't interested really in drawing He-Man proper, that I wanted to immediately, I'm like, oh, Mossman, Orko, and Double Skeletor. So Troy, any top favorites of the Masters of the Universe characters?
He-Man, Skeletor, and Orko.
Yeah,
And the only reason I say those while I'm going through a coughing fit, those are the only ones that I think I can name before this movie came out.
Okay.
I couldn't remember Trapjaw or Moss Man or anything like that.
Yeah.
Bisto.
So yeah, Fisto. So I'm gonna just kind of assume that those are my favorites, since those are the only ones that I could recall.
Fair enough. Our friend, past guest Justin Castaneda, if anybody follows his
What a guy!
Yes. If anyone follows his Instagram, I actually should just drop the link in his inbox tonight, but I just thought about it now. He plays a game on his Instagram. Even if there's not a Masters Universe movie coming out, he plays an occasional game called like Find Moss Man or Where is Moss Man. So if he's out there in the wild in public or in greenery and stuff, he brings a Moss Man figure with him and he places it somewhere in a photo, and it's like a Where's Waldo type of thing. And he blends in very well when you're looking at like trees and shrubbery and stuff like that. And he doesn't bring the more realistic Moss Man that I have here. I have to look into my collection to see if I even have the fuzzy Moss Man, which future Anthony is probably going to have to go on eBay if I don't find him around here. But he has the fuzzy Moss Man that I'm basing my sketch card off of, and it's such a fun game to like zoom in on Justin's photos and find out where Moss Man is. And he did it for a special edition at the theater by hiding him within the giant cardboard cutout of all the characters and stuff. So it's cool to see that, you know, for some reason he's created this Find Moss Man or Where's Moss Man game. So
I like it.
That's good.
a lot.
Didn't you do that, Troy?
He did
Do
it
what?
with the sketch card.
Hide stuff?
I hid a sketch card that I drew.
Yes.
And my son was, so I put it on the frame of the movie poster outside of the theater that was showing it. And a little boy was like kind of looking through out the corner of his eye at it as I was doing it. And so like I tried to sneak back and see, and my son was like, "No, dude, you're being creepy. Just stop." I'm like, okay. So I walked away, came back, and it was gone. But there was this other dude there, like an old guy. And I kind of hoped the little kid got it.
Sure.
But who knows? I've done that a couple times. Different events.
If people were looking down, future Anthony put that drawing up there for everybody when Troy was talking. So rewind if you didn't see it.
Okay.
What?
No, D-Brad rewinding. I was just saying future Anthony put that up while you were talking.
Oh, the picture that I...
Yep. Because sometimes I will say, future Anthony is putting the photo up now, but you were talking about it, so now I want to tell people that when you were actually talking about it is when I put it up. This is all great stuff to have on air. The process.
Can you describe how you do that?
Magic.
I knew it. Which
Two pencils.
Alchemy.
Yes.
2 pencils.
Now, I don't know if this came across when you were younger or if you ever heard about it, but at one point, my friend had a book, and the book was about how cartoons in the 80s were sending messages trying to get children into the occult.
Ooh.
And,
Oh,
Like
yes.
the
and so
satanic panic
He-Man,
thing?
He-Man,
Like how the
Master of the
Smurfs were
Universe.
communists and all that kind of stuff.
Smurfs were in there too. Yeah, anything that had magic or fantasy in it.
Well, the Smurfs were communists because they lived as a collective, and they were socialists or something like that. It was.
But it popped up in one of the reels I saw. There's an
Mhm.
actual video interview of I don't know if it was the guy who wrote the book, but
Oh wow!
it's I could send you guys the link if you're interested in seeing it. The views that people had, or some people. It wasn't. I don't remember it being a really big deal.
Interesting.
Say something I shouldn't say. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to hold my tongue. People suck. I'll just say that.
Or
I don't like something. I don't like something, and so I'm going to try and make the whole world not be able to enjoy something perfectly harmless.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am
You're
going
not
to
wrong, Troy.
pretend that it's harmful because I'm not a fan. And they still do that crap too. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I remember hearing things about Harry Potter because one of my brothers was into it when those books were first coming out.
Yeah.
I remember hearing people trying to crap on Harry Potter, like, oh no, it'll draw your kids to the dark side. It's like, no, dude, fantasy's fantasy.
Yeah.
Most likely, you talking about the dark side so much is what's going to draw your kids to the dark side. Be like, ooh, what's that? Sounds fun.
Right. Right.
Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to hate. I forget the quote. um, hate leads to the dark side.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm done or if I want to do like some Kirby Crackle.
I'm always a fan of Kirby Crackle on Troy drawing, so I vote Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle it is.
I'm just gonna say Kirby Crackle too.
Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle. He is the cracklest crackle.
Crackle of my one tear.
Everybody, Crackle.
Oh, Crackle.
Crackle. Kirby Crackle.
Man,
Come to rehearsal.
shows are really weird when we don't have guests.
What would we do without Jack Kirby?
We
We
wouldn't
wouldn't have
exist.
Crackle, that's for sure.
We wouldn't have Crackle. We wouldn't have giant fists like way close to the cameras.
With the fingers like a Twinkie pack, kind of looking at it.
We wouldn't have.
Steve Ditko did something similar. So
We wouldn't have actor Michael Shannon and how he looks, because he looks like a Jack Kirby drawing.
there is that. True. Yeah.
Michael
Sure.
Shannon. Drawing a blank here. Michael Shannon. What's he in?
Zod from Man of Steel.
I'm picturing the originals. Oh, yes. Yeah, he does look like yep. He came right out of the Kirby verse. That's for sure.
And that's a compliment. It's just for everyone saying out there that I wish I looked like a Jack Kirby drawing.
I don't know. He'd be intimidating. That jaw, man.
Time is moving faster than I anticipated, but and this green is starting to run out on my Mossman first base here. So I'm going to take that as a sign to switch over to a couple show and tell things that I wanted to bring up. Let's see here. So one of our past guests that we had on this very show was here to talk about a Kickstarter, and that Kickstarter has since been funded, and I think they were actually funded at the time of recording anyways, but they did way more than what they were expecting. Austin Ackert was on our show to talk about The Terminator, but also talking about his book Carmine Sunshine, which is now in physical format through the Kickstarter backer rewards. I got my copy in the mail, and it's one of those things where I forget, maybe if there are bonuses or whatever is included in stretch goals. So anytime there's goodies showing up, I always kind of forget what I'm supposed to get anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the Carmine Sunshine, and then I got a slew of some prints here that I'll just be kind of quickly showing off here. There's some Austin Ackert goodness, and I think based on the signature, this is probably Hans Fink, another past guest on the show.
Oh,
And that's how we found out about Austin, is through Hans. And but yeah, so here is the paperback collection, which we were graciously given the PDF copy of to peruse through prior to the interview of Austin on our show. But yeah, so this just showed up in the mail, and then as I don't know if this was an add-on or a stretch goal thing, it's probably not a stretch goal thing, so I probably opted for the add-on. But I also have an original sketch card here of just one of his creatures here from the book. So here's one from Austin, and he's got it in this cool custom Austin Acker art sketch card, kind of showing off the signature on the back, and some of those very fancy artists out there kind of get those cool, special sketch card.
You should do those, Anthony.
Think so? Beyond my crispy doodle ones.
Yeah, I think so.
Just for what I'm literally doing with all my hundreds of sketch cards that I have here.
Don't you have that, Troy?
No, mine are blank. When we did Matt Rogers and I did the Archie.
That's right.
The Archie cover.
Yeah.
We did postcards, and I was sketching on the back of the postcards.
Oh yeah.
And those came with the Archies. If anybody bought it,
I bought it.
I didn't know you did an Archie cover.
It was
one of those exclusives, correct?
Yeah.
Got this one.
It's cool though.
Not the same as doing like an Archie cover. I should have clarified. Yeah, it was a store exclusive thing.
Well, this one here, it's got your name on it.
Which one?
This card.
Yes, that's what is that?
It's a Viking.
Oh yeah, that was one of the things that you had sent me a pile of art, and then I gifted it out to Crimson Cowl Comic Club members and friends, and I was just so happy sending something to be Brad, so I had to throw something in there too. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like it.
Spreading the word.
Yes, getting more people to know about Troy, Tunes by Troy. Another artist with have to get the information on. So before I do that, speaking of favorite characters and toys, I had that Moss Man there. I could not for the life of me find the Orko figure, an original Orko figure that I've kept with me throughout the years. And I literally saw it days leading up to this, and I have a feeling I said it somewhere thinking, this will be a spot that I'll remember to show it on the show, and now I cannot find it. So,
oops.
I love when that happens.
Because of that, I have a stand-in character, and it actually ties back into Orko. So I have Dupe, who is from the X-Force and X-Statics, Mike Allred, Laura Allred drawn universe of the X-Men characters. So the reason why I have Dupe in here is because I did a mashup, and I made little mini prints of mostly for myself. I mashed up Dupe and Orko to draw Dorko. So here is the Dorko drawing I did.
Nice.
Yes.
That's cool.
So that is why Dupe is a stand-in character for the Orko figure that I will most likely find seconds after we are done recording.
Probably. Yeah.
I love this thing of what's Orko's role? Is Orko like?
It's like the court wizard.
Yeah,
he's bad at it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And does he know that Prince Adam and He-Man are the same person?
Yeah, the cartoon show he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Orko, the wizard, or what is the lady wizard that turns into a hawk? What's she called?
Sorceress.
The sorceress. Yeah, Orko, the sorceress, and his cat, I think, are the only ones that know his secret.
Man at Arms.
It's pretty funny.
Man at Arms knows too.
Yeah. The 2002, they made Prince Adam and He-Man look different and have different builds. So, but it's so funny in the old one that Prince Adam is just He-Man wearing a pink shirt and and he has a derpy voice.
Yeah,
right.
He just like hires up his voice or whatever.
He's like Batman, you know.
Yeah.
He-Man has a lower register.
Yeah. It's kind of like the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s too. It's like that.
Yes, exactly.
So what are you doing with your eraser there? Is this a bad eraser, or have you dipped it in something?
Brad. That's it's a crayon.
Oh, it looks like an eraser. Okay. Duh.
Yeah,
That's a
duh, Troy.
interesting crayon.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt your hands. They're called smile makers.
Oh, what do they taste like?
Tastes like joy.
Like chicken.
I did my research here to get the credit for the artist. There is an artist I follow on Instagram, Will_Heff, Heff. Will Heff here makes weird cartoons about angsty puppets, dog detectives, and skater babies. Um,
Gator
but
baby.
I think through some Muppet fandom and stuff is where I came across Will Heff, but also Will not only just an artist on pen and paper and ink and digital and this and that, but also likes to sculpt and make little characters. And there's some cool
Oh, fun.
Muppet things. And I've been looking at an awesome Gonzo frame, just like a sculpted Gonzo figurine frame of some sort. But to show off his work, because he said he had a bunch of extra green clay laying around that he needed to use up. So why not make about a dozen Gumbies? And I bought a specific Gumby of a Grumpy Gumby. And he had different expressions for all of them. So this is by Will Heff. And yeah, so I scooped up a Grumpy.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that one I was very, very happy with. But just because I'm on his page right here, just to show it off. So here's a sculpt he did, like of George Lucas. I got this on my phone. Wait for it to focus.
Awesome. I like it.
So yeah, there's like that kind of stuff where it's just like beyond just his artwork. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, I liked it, so I guess I saw it at one point. But here is a Weird Al,
Cool.
which is
Oh,
actually
fun.
based off of I assume the Jurassic Park parody because he was
All right.
claymation in that music video. And then because I mentioned the Muppets, here is a Gonzo that he. So yeah, this is definitely how I came across his artwork
Oh,
here.
wow. I like it.
Uh,
So that's
yeah.
clay.
Yeah, this stuff I assume it's just done just in this
Oh,
clay
neat.
here.
Oh, that's
Very
fun.
cool.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I didn't want to test how bendy he still was or how it gets dried or whatever. I didn't want to mess with it, but now he's here and he's blocked from any sunlight so that he's hopefully doesn't melt. But oh, and because this is adorable, here's a example of his Muppet frames that he sculpts, and here's a Rolf the dog.
Oh, fun.
So you can just see how 3D it is and everything too. So, and because of this, and I'll have to put him on the list and reach out to see if you'd have any interest in being on Cartoonist By Night.
Yeah.
And then the last bit of show and tell, it kind of fits in with the binging and stuff because of the if anybody is a fan of Nintendo and Nintendo Switch 2 and the Legends of Zelda franchise, you guys definitely have suffered through me geeking out about it over the last couple weeks. But Nintendo Switch 2 had a slew of announcements for saying, hey, here's all the upcoming games that are at their little seminar thing that they do for everybody to watch. And what was apparently a leaked announcement, which I knew nothing of, so it was definitely excitement for me when I was watching the video and saw that Zelda Ocarina of Time from the N64 is getting remade for Nintendo Switch 2. The first proper remake, they had a 3DS version, but this one I think that was I think there's a terminology for it if that was maybe just like an updated version or like a high def or whatever the terminology is. This is considered a full remake and things that are just gonna look spectacular from the very little that they showed us. Zelda Ocarina of Time is not only amongst the Zelda games known as the best Zelda game, depending on who you ask, but I think the general consensus is people saying that's the greatest one. Not only that, but also it's been rated as like the best video game of all time in general.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of those things that there's so much love for it, and the fact this announcement came out, and for anybody that was not into upgrading to a Switch 2 due to maybe just lack of games at the launch and things like that, some of the games have been pretty slow to release. Not a brand new Mario game beyond Mario Kart, and there's the Donkey Kong game and stuff. I think them saying, "Hey, we're remaking everybody's favorite game ever," is going to sell more Switch 2 units than ever before, even though they had a pretty strong launch. So, anyways, all of that is to say, not only revisiting the games and getting excited and cleaning up and sprucing up my collection, but related to comics is diving into the mangas. So I went into the Ocarina of Time manga and reread that, and I have a bunch of the other mangas and stuff like that for Legend of Zelda. These ones were done by Akira Himekawa, if that is pronounced right, which I later found out and I shared with you guys, is two women creators under the one name of Akira. But yeah, so those have been part of my binge reading as of late, in addition to getting hyped for the Supergirl movie, which will be out by the time this episode is out. Those are the last couple things I want to mention. Is there anything He-Man related that anybody needed to say yet? Speak up now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have I know there's like when I was a kid you weren't allowed to have cartoons on TV that promoted toys or anything. Like and the last one was in the 60s. It was Hot Wheels and then they changed that rule in the 80s, and so that's why you saw all these
Everything.
toys with TV shows backing them up.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know about that.
Single show from the 80s.
Hey?
I can't think of a single show from the 80s that was not also a toy.
Or started off as a toy and became a cartoon, or yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a cross promotion of some sort. I mean, even Alvin the Chipmunk had little crappy action figures.
Right.
Yeah. That's right. But Alvin and Chipmunks though didn't start off as a toy though.
Yes, like Transformers. I think we mentioned on a past show. Like Transformers would be one that was a toy
And G.I. Joe.
that then got. Like Ninja Turtles are definitely obviously had the big toy craze, but obviously the comic prior to that. And then the I forget what the order, if the cartoon or the toy came first, or if it was at the same time.
Probably the toy came. They probably like when they were making the animated series, they probably said, "Could we make a toy to
Toy
go
deal.
along with it?" Yeah.
Kind of rolling it out at the same time, basically.
Yeah.
I like Hansel how you did the like the furry boots, because I struggled to figure out like how am I going to do the furry boots.
Yeah.
And doing it just like it's a furry trim
Mm-hmm.
works really good. I like it.
Thanks.
Good boot work.
Yeah. I didn't make boots. I made booties.
There you go.
Do that.
I think his furry diaper might be full too.
Full of power.
Full of power.
I have the. Yeah, no.
I have the poor. Oh, wait.
There you go. There you go. They're poor.
Thank you for saying it. I didn't have to say
Yep.
it.
Oh boy. Wow. That was fun. That was good. I led into this episode prior saying that, I'm not going to have a terrible amount to say, talking about my fandom and, something that just kind of stayed at childhood. But I would say I thoroughly enjoyed this episode from start to finish.
Me too.
Yay!
Me too.
Me three.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to win any trivia. 4. Okay, we got it. I don't think I'm going to win any trivia contests or anything when it comes to Masters of the Universe, but I think I don't give myself credit enough for how much I probably still really liked it.
I like Tila. Tila's my favorite.
That looks really cool.
Right, yeah.
I like that.
That is cool. Yeah.
Thank you. It has got the crackle from the Kirby on it.
And while we're doing that, show off some drawings. So Moss Man, as you can see, I was starting to run out of my base green, so he's just kind of a work in progress, so I will go back and fix that later. I did some base colors for Orko before I go in with any details and finer colors and highlights. And then my double Skeletor.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Double.
Yeah.
Didn't go through at all?
It started to, but it was basically, I don't know, I still got to put some purples in there, and I think it's going to just complement both sides. So,
Cool.
or I'll just do one side and see how well it comes through, and then take it from there. But anyways, cool. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Is that all you guys got?
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Giving you all I had, but there's no more to take. Just go away. Leave me alone.
I truly got to say is that I can't remember when I've had a more pleasant day until we meet again.
You got it. Can't get the thing closed.
We are the crystal gems.
Okay,
I was crossing my eyes.
It's supper time.